Bill Belichick's been hired as the next head football coach at the University of North Carolina. A shocker to many, shocker to, I guess, JB. But look, Belichick's deal is worth $50 million over 5 years.
Crazy.
Finalists also hired Michael Lombardi as their GM. JB, man, we kind of heard a little bit of your early opinion on this, but let's go full blown into the take, man. What's your overall just vibe, thoughts on this entire hire right here?
Betty, do you have that video? This is how he's going to address, I think, he's going to address NIL and players that he recruits.
I'm upstairs.
That's him throwing a bag at a kid.
Take the money. Fuck.
You want the fucking money? Here. Get the fucking money.
Crawl on the ground and get it.
I hope he does that. That's what I would do. Here, motherfucker, take this goddamn money.
He's like, here, man. You fucking $50,000 here.
Look, my reaction is it's asinine. But you know what? Does he deserve to do it? Sure. Like, fucking why not? I mean, we're hiring slapsticks.
He's earned it. He's earned it.
Yeah, he's earned it, and he deserves it. He's an anomaly. He's done both. Here's the issue: like, you can't tell me he doesn't deserve it, and you can't say he hasn't earned it. So I'm just saying, only thing you have argumentatively is he's old. He's old. Contrary to belief, he still took the Patriots to the playoffs without Tom Brady. Please remember that. Please understand that. Please quit saying that he wasn't anything without him. He also took the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. He also won Super Bowls as a D coordinator. In Cleveland. I mean, in New York. Stop acting as if – no, he took Cleveland to the playoffs as a head coach. Stop acting as if this guy's never done it without Tom Brady. Okay? Now, did he win a Super Bowl? No. Only as a coordinator he did. Under Bill Parcells. So he understands it. He knows it. He knows how to do it. So here's what he said on Pat McAfee's show that sparked everything, Smitty. And we want to use this for some context.
Is immediately, why the fuck would Bill Belichick want to go do college football?
Let me put this in capital letters. If I was in a college program, the college program would be a pipeline to the NFL for the players that had the ability to play in the NFL. It would be a professional program, training, nutrition, scheme, coaching, techniques that would transfer to the NFL. It would be an NFL program at a college level and an education that would get the players ready for their career after football, whether that was the end of their college career or at the end of their pro career. But it would be geared toward developing the player, time management, discipline, structure, and all that would be life skills, regardless of whether they're in the NFL or in somewhere in business. I feel very confident that I have the contacts in the National Football League to pave the way for those players that would have the ability to have the opportunity to compete in the National Football League. Whether they're good enough or not, I don't know, but they would be ready for it.
I actually, it makes my little shit hard. I'm gonna be real, because this is exactly what I would do.
Right now?
Not right now, but later on, maybe. Here's the issue. You and I have discussed this, and people are playing poker, Smitty. You've been in here with everyone. We're playing poker, and we said, hey, man, what would you do now if you were coaching these cats? And I would say I'd have to run it like a professional organization, meaning I'm going to get you prepared for this, not for that. We're preparing them for that. We need to prepare them for this, which is only going forward. We don't prepare for the NFL no more. There's a picture I retweeted last night of an old picture with Sark as a young quarterback coach, Norm Chow as the OC at USC under Pete Carroll. I believe it was 2002 or 3. And the quarterback room, it was a picture of, position coach. You know how you took pictures with your position coach?
Yeah.
And it was a picture, and it had like a fucking unbelievable quarterback room. Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, like – Matt Leinart wasn't the starter, by the way. Matt Castle. Like, all these motherfuckers won 11, 12, 13 games in the NFL.
Right.
That'll never happen again, Smitty. You'll never be able to show that or get that. I don't know if you can find that picture, Smitty.
Well, maybe 1 year max, and then they're going to leave. Like,
look at that shit. Look at Sark as a youngster over there, just coming out of JUCO, El Camino, Norm Chow even looking slender. You won't have this.
Sorry, you like a baby. That's hilarious. Like,
yeah, you won't have this in college anymore, Smitty. You won't have this no more. The problem is, and even if you show a recent, let's just equate this to a recent picture of, let's say, Jalen Hurts, Tua, being in the same room at the same time. But then Jalen Hurts got out of there. He grad transferred and left. These guys never left. This is what the norm was, by the way, throughout the country. There was other schools that had this too. So, like, you'll never see this anymore. And my point being is, only reason I tweeted this out off the subject is Belichick will bring this back. Not saying he'll have the talent of this magnitude in one room anymore based on the portal and NIL, but this is what I mean. That group of that picture you just saw with SC guys, those guys wanted to stay to get developed. They did not have the sense of entitlement that we see now by these players that are worried about bag, transfer, versus I can wait my turn. In this case, 3 guys are in the NFL on that picture. They waited, got developed by 2 pretty fucking good coaches, right? They got developed, and guess what? Carson was, I argue, a Hall of Famer. Leinart was an underachiever in the NFL because he didn't have the arm strength, in my opinion, but one of the best college quarterbacks ever.
Yeah,
I want to make sure everyone's clear. He's one of the best college quarterbacks ever. His start to the second half of the Texas national title game that he lost started back the second half. He went 19 of 19 and was dropping absolute dime pieces. I got to see him in high school as well. And then Matt Castle speaks for himself now doing media or doing, I think he's at, I'm not sure if he's at Fox. I think he's what, CBS or something.
Yeah,
but
it might be CBS. I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
But goes and wins 11 games and when Tom Brady gets hurt and then signs a big deal to be a starter in the NFL. So listen, that's no longer. We rather leave and go into the portal and go chase a bag rather than get developed. And this is why the NFL quarterback position from top to bottom is absolute trash. That is the bottom line. So the point of my making is, you can call them what you want to call them, Twitter boys and all these fanboys in the chat. The fact is that the NFL quarterback was much better when they played in the NFL than it is today from top to bottom. You can say 5 anomalies all you want. We can say that about any era. But top to bottom, from 1 to 32, quarterback play was much better. And I believe it's truly because we stayed, got nurtured, got treated in a manner that's toughened our skin and taught us basic fundamentals mentally and physically to be ready for the NFL. That is what I believe Bill Belichick will do in a long-winded statement. That is what I think Bill Belichick will do with his program. He'll develop guys. They might only be 1 guy a year, Smitty, versus 10 because of the portal and the NIL deal not being able to capture 5 quarterbacks that are going to be developed and stay in the program. But maybe just the 1 guy, and maybe we'll see guys that leave his program and actually excel in the NFL. I'm interested to see his approach. That's what kind of has me tickled a little bit.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. The more I think about it, the more, my opinion goes to Bill Belichick is actually needed in college football today. You know, like you need a disciplinarian, someone who's going to hold you accountable, someone who the kids naturally are just going to respect. There's certain players or certain people and coaches that you encounter who just, it don't matter who you are, they force respect. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, JB. You've been in a room with certain people who is just like their demeanor, their approach, their success level, their aura demands respect, demands attention. And these kids will have no choice but to listen to a guy who's been reached the ultimate level of success numerous times and has the ultimate connections and can have so many former Hall of Famers and champions come and talk to the players and the connection he has to the NFL. Like, it's just, the list goes on and on and on. And he's motivated, right? He's motivated. His last, year or two in NFL didn't go so hot. You got a lot of people talking about, this whole conversation of who meant more to the dynasty. Was it him? Was it Brady? Is Belichick overrated? Is it all Brady? This, that, and the third. Now he's had a year off, just kind of be on vacation, basically, right? Which he hasn't done in, who knows, 30, 40, whatever plus years, 50 some years, had a year to just get refreshed, clear his mind, have fun, sit back, kind of watch the landscape of NIL and transfer portal for another year. Now he knows what he wants to do. He has a really solid university who can get recruits now. North Carolina, I mean, they're not, Texas, Georgia, stuff like that, but they're a respectable program that can get recruits. And now they have more money from what I'm hearing in their NIL package. I think Bill Belichick, if he actually stays out this entirety of the next 5 years, he will take North Carolina to the national championship at least 1 year. Will he win it? I don't know. But I truly believe with the 12-team playoff system, it's easier to get into the playoffs, number one. Number two, I think once he gets in, Bill Belichick will have the staff in place and just the team structure set up to where they will shock the world. One of these years within his 5-year span, I'm not saying it's next year, not saying it's year 2, at some point in his tenure in North Carolina, I truly believe he will take them to the national title. That's how much I respect, Bill Belichick. Now, listen, there's criticisms of him. We've criticized him in the past. Again, we can all argue this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, man, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT when it comes to coaching football. I know it's NFL, but it's still football. And college football right now is very similar to NFL, as JB alluded to, when it comes to, the NIL in a nutshell is basically like a salary cap now. So, I mean, he's literally hiring a quote-unquote GM, and he's going to treat it like an NFL team. So I think if he's ever was going to go coach college, now is honestly the best time because it's less of the old. Now, my only concern is how much recruiting will he really be doing? Like, how much will Bill Belichick just be on the road? Now, I'm hearing from people who I work with that Belichick actually has a lot of young energy still and actually likes to be on the road and likes to travel and train guys and things like that. So maybe it's all of us overblowing the fact that he's 72, and in reality, it's not even a big deal. So we'll see, man, but I believe in Belichick.
What if he hired Saban as a DC?
Man, you know what? I was thinking about that. You know what I was actually
What if they got this old man? What if they got this old man like deal they want to do to prove everybody? They're gonna go get Saban as the DC. Pete Carroll's gonna coach the DBs.
Oh God, that'd be crazy. But my initial take was gonna be that I think Bill Belichick's success might bring Saban out of retirement. Like if Belichick really go out here 3 years and they really do what I think they can do, and
they got to win the ACC first. Here's the issue: the ACC is the winnable the conference.
Winnable, very
That's
winnable.
Number one. That's why he's in that deal, in my opinion. That's why he took it, not the SEC. He's not jumping into those. What young go-getters is he going to get? Because so we're clear, Saban even at an older age had young go-getters. Sark, Lane. Always had somebody. Pete Carroll always had somebody. T-Mac, Ed Ogeron always had go-getters. Who's going to be the go-getter for Belichick and them? See what I'm saying?
You, JB. If Bill Belichick called you right now, are you going to North Carolina? Yes or no?
That's what I'm saying. So what do you think who's he going to go get?
Why he ignore me, homie? I don't know.
But yeah. And let me ask you, let me be clear here. There's a certain somebody that's a billionaire that everybody knows that is an ultra competitive winner. He buys race car teams just so he can win, and he buys basketball franchises. You don't think he took the job knowing that, homie? Come on, man. You know who also has in there? Donald Trump. Let's move on, Smitty.
Man, it's gonna be crazy.
He was hyped for the black man. He was hyped for the black dude, but then he got butthurt for the white dude. Crazy, racist.